We're live. We are live, everybody. What's up? Welcome back to a Certain Point of View here on Sunday evening as we are talking Schmoedown tonight and have a lot of fun doing it. No guests tonight. No guests. It's just pure Schmoedown talk from the four of our faces tonight as we are diving into a lot of fun things here this evening. We got Bateman versus Frabetti, which is clearly a big match inside this space. We have the announcement from one Mr. John Rocha about his upcoming retirement, and then we'll be talking about the team's tournament bracket as well. And yes, Brian Nussbaum, you are correct. 3-0, baby. 3-0.
Yay!
Sports.
Where are you at? You're coming after us in Discord. Where are you at? I see you. Well, anyway, usually I ask how everybody's doing, but I want to start this off because I know that it was mentioned in the chat, and we're very, very excited about it. We officially have a spectacular house.
Yeah, right.
It's
I still
happening.
have to buy plane tickets, but yes.
But yes,
It's happening.
place to go when you land.
We are officially going to meet in person all together at the same time
Under one roof.
under one roof.
It's gonna be crazy.
Just tune into the Snapchat stories, the Instagram stories,
Yeah,
all that jazz.
all the stories.
Do any of you use Snapchat anymore? I don't think so.
I
The
effing
Instagram
hate
stories.
Snapchat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like
hate it.
furiously deleting stories the next morning. Like, oh, I don't want that. I don't want that on there.
Probably.
Oh god.
And Galaxy Geeks, I'm sure you'll see something that weekend.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there will be something. We're not going to say anything, but I'm sure there will be something.
I need we need to get Ken's beeper but swear.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We need to get that.
Although his timing wasn't the best.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's his old man brain. He's a little delayed.
Yeah.
So
Rude.
hey, he said In-N-Out was bad, so I can throw shade at him all I want.
He said it was overrated.
You know what? Ken Knapsack is overrated when he's talking about In-N-Out.
Hmm.
Not all the time, but when he's talking about In-N-Out.
Rude.
You know. Well, real quick before we get going, we do have a super chat coming through from one Tim Sim. Imagine a mega after show community collab at the CPOV house. Tim, just say POV. It's a lot easier. POV. If I can make it there. You never know, man. You never know. You gotta make it there first. We'll see.
Oh, please get your Australian.
Come on, Blunden.
Come on.
Come on, Blunden. We can get you a Blunden. Hey, here's the deal. I will buy you all the fresh pretzels that you want that weekend if you come to Spectacular.
We will get pretzels.
I will get
Big old
you
pretzels.
pretzels on. I'll take you to the purest beer garden there is in LA and get you the most pretzels you want that weekend.
We'll go to Costco and we'll buy a crap ton of American snacks.
I'll bring my air fryer too.
I mean, obviously he wants to come. It's not up to him whether he
I know.
can or not. It
Get
sounds
together,
like, but
Australia.
I know.
It's us. Oh, Australia. See, Australia.
No,
is
it's
being
It's
safe.
Australia. Yeah, it's
They're
Australia.
being safe.
Mhm.
That's fine. That's why Australia's been normal for the past
Which
year,
is
because they know what they're
hilarious.
doing.
Hilarious hearing Australia being safe because they're arguably the deadliest country in.
It's not their fault. Their animals
the world.
kill everybody.
It's not their fault. It's not their
They
fault
have
they can be killed by a
spiders
common
the
housefly.
size of humans, and it's like
Big.
dingoes that eat babies, all that stuff.
But I feel like if you grow up there, you just like know how to deal with that stuff.
oh, sure.
They're
Like
survivors.
it's posted up on the elementary school walls. Like if it's this color, you can touch it. If it's not,
If it's
don't.
not, just
And yet they
punch
still
in the
probably
face.
don't give a crap and touch it anyways, because that's the type of crazy they are.
Yeah, I was just reading his comment. That's what I was like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not normal, but you know.
Yeah, but like you guys will get like 4 cases and go on lockdown. Meanwhile, it's like, oh, we've had over 100,000 people die, but oh well.
I read something in my timeline today that said that there's no like pumpkin spice things in Australia, and I was very sad for them. But then I was like, but is there Vegemite spice lattes?
I wonder if Taylor has had like a pumpkin spice addiction like everybody else in the US and then went over there and is like every fall, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I can't
Good.
imagine like weaning myself off like all of my favorite things because I can't have them anymore. I mean, I'd
Well, if
probably
you're
be
Australian though, you've probably never had them anyway, so I guess it wouldn't really matter.
No, but I mean, like being
And if you
American
moved
and
there.
going to Australia and
gotcha.
then not being able to have those things anymore, which would probably make me lose a lot of weight. So probably a good thing. But
Real quick, good seeing you too, Rue. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you at Barney's, but I was very excited to meet your lovely wife. So I'm very glad I got to see you two for a bit. So
you know what? I always sorry, I didn't mean to
no, you're good.
interrupt you.
I just wanted to.
Random thought. It's always funny to me that to think like their Christmas is their Santa is like summer Santa, and
He's in a bathing suit on a surfboard.
yeah, and then so they're what
With
Halloween
with,
is Halloween
tanning
is
lotion on his
spring.
hands.
Like, can you imagine
Oh,
Halloween
yeah.
being spring?
That'd be weird. I mean, it doesn't get like truly fall weather here till probably November-ish, but still, yeah, for
Is
it to be
Halloween
like,
big in Australia? Is that a big thing?
I don't know. It should
Jacob,
be.
is that a big thing? It should be everywhere. Like, let's be real. But like, see? Okay, yeah, it's not a thing now.
Oh,
Another reason for you to move here, Jacob. Reason number 972 is we have Halloween.
summer Santa.
Summer Santa, that's awesome.
I do have from when we were in Hawaii for our honeymoon, we got like a little Santa Christmas ornament, and he doesn't have a 6-pack, unfortunately, but he's in his little like swim trunks
Cute.
and he's surfing.
I would think Australians would want to celebrate Halloween just as another reason to party. Like strictly that.
I don't think they need a reason.
I think
they're just
Halloween's the one day out of the year where they it's like the holiday where they don't want to party because they party 360 some odd days.
Just like ghosts.
Just like cool.
There you go. There you go.
I lived with an
Biggest party
Australian
animal.
for 2 months. Oh,
That's what it's like in American Horror Story. All the dead people / ghosts are like, on Halloween night we just chill, have a dinner party.
That's Mollie's next challenge right there. Crowd surfing for summer Santa.
Have you guys seen The Shining? Like that entire hotel is just a straight up party of dead people. Like
That's
they're just
true.
like.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, they kill the living, but semantics. They're there to party.
When we're all dead and gone, the CPOV house, that's going to be like the Shining house.
It's just too complicated. CPOV is just too complicated.
too many letters.
once you put the C in it, it sounds like a medical device.
It just becomes awkward. It just becomes awkward. It's
I
weird.
can't. Oh, hold on. Let me hook up my CPOV real quick so I can check my blood pressure. Like, no.
All right. Well, let's try to get back on track a little bit. I'm sure this will all come up. Look, we have another month plus of talking this kind of stuff, so you'll see a lot of this on this channel. We'll also talk about our watch along tomorrow, which has very big similarities to what we are talking about right now. But let's talk about Friday's match. Let's kind of just go in order and talk about the match first. We'll get to Rocha's retirement here in just a little bit. But let's talk about this Ben Bateman versus Paige Frabetti match, because so not only was it the first match of the second round, but it's been arguably the most talked about / anticipated match for weeks because of the stipulations that have been going on in Paige's audition video, where she called out Ben Bateman, and then she called out Bateman again later on. And then they've been having a Twitter feud for what feels like a month now, going back and forth leading up to the match. And as we saw on Friday, Miss Paige Frabetti walks away with a victory on this one. And I know this you can think of it how you want, but in the realm of Schmoedown rankings, stats, etc., this is considered what's an upset. It's an upset. She's a rookie. Ben Bateman is an established veteran. He was supposed to win. And so this is arguably the first upset of the tournament, and it's a big one. Ben Bateman is out of the singles tournament. His only shot left in Schmoedown is in teams with Danger Zone. And so Paige moves on to the round 3. She is now awaiting a winner between Griffey Nooms and Josh Horowitz, which is huge. But the suspects get much needed points here, and Paige, we've talked about it. She's gotten better and better and better each match, and she played her best match and upset one of the best players in this league. Jill, I'll let you start this one off because I know how excited you are to talk about this one.
Yeah.
Bateman gets upset by Frabetti. What'd you think?
I mean, statistically, we can call this an upset. But is anyone really upset about this? I don't think so. I don't think anyone is upset
probably
about
is.
other than like Ben Bateman. But like it's one of those things where it's like I love Ben Bateman as a person. Everyone knows that. I will sing the graces of Ben Bateman, but when it comes
that's also
to
super important too, because it's going to be a rookie matchup between her and whoever.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there you go.
Oh, yeah, huh.
But I will sing the graces of Ben Bateman. But when it comes to Ben Bateman as the character in the Schmoedown, I'm gonna call out his ish every single day because I can, and that's what I do. And it was watching this match. So the interesting thing about Ben is you can tell when he's playing a match when he's scared of the other player. He was terrified of Paige. Like that's why it was like him questioning all of her answers, all the smack talk.
He met her he met his match.
He met his match, and which is why there was like the challenges and the this and the that, and like I'm watching like you're scared of her. You're afraid that she's gonna beat you because you know that she can, and you've seen the chats and you've seen that a majority of people believe she can beat you, and she did, and it was glorious.
You could see it throughout the match. He he played the ultimate Bateman card the entire
100%.
Like the ultimate, not the Bateman card, the boss card. He was
he was the boss.
The most boss we've seen in a while. But every time something happened on Paige's end where it was on her side, you could see and he's wearing sunglasses, so excuse the metaphor here, but you could see the fear in his eyes. Like just his facial expressions. They weren't the typical boss when he was going up against someone that wasn't Paige. It was a little strange.
It's and they're saying it in the chat too that everything that he dished at her, she was just like, she's like, try me today. Like, not today, Satan. Like, as soon as Paige, I freaking love you. You know
there
this.
she is.
But as soon as that mini promo she posted of her playing along to his song and using it as a straight up roast, I was like, I lost my freaking mind because I was like, this match is gonna be pure perfection, and it was pure perfection. It was one of those they were both tied in round one, so it really could have gone either way, and then it came down to what ultimately is what I think is Ben's Achilles heel, which is round 3. He gets these, he can answer a 5, I think, pretty well. He does pretty well with his 5s, but he'll get these 2-point, 3-point questions that he just doesn't know. And
I mean, Lucas Black, right? Last year.
Lucas Black.
And one this year.
And it's also sometimes movies where it's like, oh, you have to have seen that movie to know that answer and not just read its IMDb page. Ben Bateman is definitely one of those competitors who put, studying on the map. But at the end of the day, you have to watch films.
You said it. You said it.
This is the movie Trivia Schmoedown, not the Wikipedia reading show. I'm sorry. But it's those round 3s, that just apparently happens to be his Achilles heel, particularly those 2-point, 3-point questions. Because this entire match really could have gone either way. It was back and forth, the score, and then them just grilling each other the entire time. But it was nice seeing this quote unquote upset. But like I said, is anyone really upset about it?
This is such karma coming back at you right here. He lost on Oscars and release dates is what he lost on,
which is what his strengths are.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the karma slapping you right in the face for everything that's happened. And I love it. I love it so much.
So all the love to Paige. I knew she could do it. I've said on this show that I think she can beat him, and she proved that she is a force to be reckoned with. And whoever she plays, whether it's Griffey Nooms or Horowitz, that's going to be quite a show. So I'm very excited to see what else she does in this tournament. So kudos to Paige. Better luck next season, Ben.
Mr. Brian?
You know what tastes almost just as good as these almonds? A slice of humble pie. And did that man get served a large piece? Because she does not put up with any crap, because she is from the great city of Boston. And
they don't call her the Boston Badass for a reason.
And if you're going to try to be a smart ass to anyone,
To a Bostonite?
Don't do it to someone from Boston, because they will always have a comeback. Always. And it will probably always be better than yours.
And Bateman should have experience. He dated Roxy for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But
Fellow Bostonian.
Just saying.
this match was everything I hoped for and more. Didn't get spoiled for me. They got to watch this as it was. And oh boy, did I love to see him squirm. Because most of the time you get to see him just annoying the other opponent, annoying us. It's not very often you get to see someone kind of like hunker down a little bit when they're supposed to be this larger than life persona. And he turned into a bit of a recluse there, and just his games didn't work from the second that clock started. And it bit him in the backside. So, yeah. Am I surprised? Not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. I bet you he probably doesn't ever want to see her again in a match.
Well, that's funny because they have a rematch in the teens tournament.
Dude.
Beautiful. They play in the first round. Danger Zone and oh god, what is the name of their team?
Wait, who's she on the team with?
He's with Drew McWeenie.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Danger Zone and the Untouchables are the first round of the tournament.
Inject it into my veins.
We'll talk. We're going to talk about
Right
it.
now.
We're going to get to the bracket towards the end of the show, but
Yes.
yeah, they have an immediate rematch the next time Bateman plays. Mollie, you're a dungeon head here, so he's obviously your teammate. I mean, I'm sure you're shocked, but also I know how big of a fan of Paige you are too.
Yes, I love Paige. I love Ben, and being in the dungeon is amazing. It's done great things for me, I think, being the Schmoedown, and it sucks to see any of my faction mates lose, to be honest. I know Ben works very hard. He did kind of put studying on the map, and like a lot of players, I think, have him to thank for kind of some of the ways that they study. And there's only so much studying you can do and so much movie watching you can do. And it's not lost on me that he ended up losing on some of his strengths. I think that can happen to anyone because, yeah, you can be strong in a certain category, but you can't know everything in this game. And his character is a jerk, yes. So everyone loves to see it served back into his face, and that's I think the character work in this match was amazing. I loved all the sass, all the back and forth that was going on.
Was it character work?
Yes, it was.
I mean, character work is easier when it's easy. Let's just put it that way.
Naturally to the both of them.
Right, which makes it good for everyone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But it still kind of stings to see someone that I know works so hard to lose. But I'm very happy for Paige, and I'm curious to see Ben talk openly about this match and just see what his thoughts are on some of the questions, because there was some weird stuff going on in this match. It was there was a challenge. There was
Yeah, I wanted to get to that. So they've been asking about it in the chat.
Yeah, some like weird stuff going on with how things were answered and how things were asked. I don't know. But overall, great match. Loved it. So happy for Paige. Ben will always be around and he'll get back up there.
Yeah, so there was obviously the kind of challenge in the first round about the Godfather Part 3. That was pretty much just a wash. But the one that people are asking about, and I will bring this up real quick. Guy on the desk was the big fat cherry on top.
So great. So great.
It was like I knew exactly what Christian was doing when he did that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is the big question that a lot of people are talking about here. What did you guys think of the Fight Club question? I think Sam could have argued it better and got a new question for Paige. An airplane is not technically a location. So I will disagree. I do think an airplane is a location. I think it falls under the banner of location. But so what happened is the question was asked of where did Edward Norton's character and Brad Pitt's character first meet in Fight Club? Paige said airport, and then Christian kind of like mumbled and like grunted in a way, and then Paige said or an airplane. And so almost kind of hinted at her that it wasn't the right question. They came in and challenged it. They got in the favor of Bateman and Kaiser in this one. So she wasn't awarded the point. What do we think about this? Do we disagree? Do we agree?
This is just like one of those things that I think no one really expects someone to answer airport. Like no one expected that as an answer. So then when you hear it, you're like, oh, wait. And it's like, I think it's that human error that keeps coming up with matches like this. And you know, Christian can say, oh, you know, this is why I hate digital. This stuff happens in studio matches too. It's just we don't see it as much. We don't see the hesitancy that comes up as much.
I think it happens more often in studio.
Yeah.
To be honest.
It's just human error, and like weird stuff like this comes up all the time that no one really thinks about. Do I think it's a valid location? Yes. I think in the context of the question and the movie that it's referring to, I think airplane is the correct answer. But you know, airport is also pretty damn close. So
the question read, in Fight Club, we see the narrator and Tyler Durden first meet in what type of location?
I have a question. Is the airplane in the air when they meet? Is it flying?
It
flying.
Is?
Okay, then airplane.
From what I remember, I believe it's flying. I don't think it's on the tarmac. I think they're flying. I think Edward Norton character is flying home, and that's where they officially meet. So.
Yeah. If it was on the ground, I could argue that airport would be a correct answer.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So if it was on the ground, if I was the manager and Sam, I would argue that the airplane's on the ground. It's at the airport, so you could argue that airport is the correct place. But if it's in the air, they met in an airplane. So I do not disagree with the outcome of that challenge.
Yeah.
But was the challenge about airplane versus airport, or was it about
specificity of it?
It was about the specificity of it, and then ultimately what they decided is to give Bateman a new question
because she technically
answered. He got a 2-point steal on a brand new question. So
yeah, because as soon as you see that hesitancy and like kind of like the waffling on Christian's part, as a player, you're going to be like, I mean, like, yeah, like you're going to try to be as specific as you can to get that question right. And so, yeah.
And there's also a few people in the chat saying like Raiko here, technically they never meet since they are the same person. And I get the argument, but if you have to say technically, that's out of like throw that away.
We can go real deep into this and be like didn't they never actually met. They're the same guy.
They are not the same character until the very end of the movie.
And if I was Sam Levine, I would have challenged that question. I would have been like, they're the same person. Did they really meet? Like,
And we would be having a whole different conversation here. But if you
Totally,
like,
probably would not get awarded at all. But as a manager, you should. And people will give Sam all this crazy nonsense that he challenges on some BS stuff. But that's what you do as a manager. If you can squeak your way into having it go your way, you're going to fight with every ounce of your being to make it go your way. It's kind of like a defense lawyer, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be in the wrong, but you're gonna defend, you know.
And to be honest, like even like later in the game when you're pretty sure like there's not a chance that a challenge is going to come up again, throw the challenge out there anyways. Yeah. That's kind of what it's there for. If not to buy some time for the player to just have a second to rethink what is being talked about and what's going on and what the answer is.
Tim, it's 22 years old, buddy. 22 years old.
I know that
Snape probably older than you, Tim. It's probably older than you, Tim.
I have no doubt that she knew the answer. I think just what she said wasn't what they were looking for in that case.
Yes. You don't just guess airport not knowing the scene.
That they're on an airplane, yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe she spoke faster than her brain translated, saying the answer. I mean, it's not something that is uncommon. I mean, it happens all the time. So, yeah, just poopy.
Yeah, I mean, she had the thing earlier with writing part 3 with The Godfather. That might be an example of just like overthinking the answer.
See, that call I didn't like. I don't like how they didn't give her that point.
Yeah, that one.
Like, they asked for the trilogy, and regardless if she wrote part 3 or not, she said The Godfather on her board.
Yeah.
So I didn't disagree with that. I disagreed with that call. I thought that was.
Yeah, that one's a hard one because
she won. Like
it's
either way she won, so it doesn't matter. Semantics.
You know that she knew the answer to that, but because part 3 was written on the board, and you can tell like she was trying not to show that, but because it was written on there, they had to count it as wrong because that's like a specific movie. But you know she knew it.
Of course not.
Which is frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things I wanted to. Oh God, where did
I do appreciate all the spoilers that are now in the chat right now.
Yeah. Everyone's going all in on it. Everyone's going all in.
For all the movie spoilers.
Quick comment here from Brian Bailey. Did you guys see the Star Wars card trader coincidentally chose Welpu Bounty Hunter for the top choice card of the week? A little salt in the wound of Ross on the hardest 5-pointer ever.
We talked about that question yesterday.
That is
Are you kidding me?
That is rough.
I don't know who runs that, and I know some people at top, so I could get to the bottom of this maybe and just see if they're just to see if they're Schmoedown fans. But that was rough.
We talked about that question at the cantina yesterday and confirmed definitely the hardest Star Wars question ever asked in all
Poor
of
Ross,
Star Wars.
his first ever match, and he walks away and he's in the history books forever.
But but we know how good Ross is, so everyone understands he just.
Here's the thing with that: if you're gonna lose, that's how you want to lose.
Yeah,
is that people are gonna always talk about how great you played, except for that one stupidly ridiculous question.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, and then one quick question here, staying on the match from Stormy Woods here. Do you all think character is as important as knowledge to the game? Certain players seem to think it is, and that maybe character is more important.
I have a lot of thoughts on this.
I'd say 75-25.
In which direction?
75 knowledge, 25 character.
I would agree with that.
I think
depends on the division, but yeah.
And it depends on the person too.
Yeah.
It also depends on the
Star Wars, you can do whatever the hell you want, but if you don't know the knowledge, you don't even bother showing up.
Yeah.
Here's my. It was Agatha all along. Bruce Wayne is Batman. What the heck?
I love all you guys. Thank you so much.
But so
someone's gonna say something that is actually gonna.
Oh my God.
I have a feeling someone's gonna drop something that's gonna like actually, because I don't see a lot of movies, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, please just do commonly well-known spoilers.
Yeah.
Like Snape killed Dumbledore. Like everyone knows that.
Same page, Ryan. We're on the same page there.
Yeah, you're around there.
So for me, obviously movie and trivia knowledge is going to be very important because no one is going to and that's why I'm never going to be a competitor in this league. I'll get maybe like 2 points if I'm lucky in a match, so I will never compete. So obviously movie trivia is going to be a big factor. But when people ask me, like, what do I need to do to get, in the Schmoedown, just look at all of these new people we brought in this season because this was the biggest rookie season we've ever had. And what is the big central factor with all these new rookies? They all have a character. They all have personality. Like, if you're here,
it's funny. I would argue not all of them do, though.
But like 90%.
A lot. Yeah.
I would say your personality can be your character.
So
too.
it's funny.
Yeah,
Jill,
definitely. Yeah.
So Jill, you were talking, and in my head, I go, "Oh yeah, she's gonna say how most of them don't have a character." Because I was thinking about all these players who like Jacob London doesn't have a character.
Okay, well,
yes, he does. He's Australian.
That's not a character.
Look, Jacoby Bancroft doesn't have a character. Chris,
but his t-shirt.
Amaru doesn't even have a character to the point where he doesn't have a nickname.
Personality.
There's a lot that don't have a character.
Personality, then. Personality. Like, so example, Paige. I wouldn't call Paige a character. She has a very strong personality. That is Paige Frabetti. That is Paige. So like
Christina.
But you can also see
Peggy.
Yeah, Peggy.
Like, you can see all of that as that's who they are. That is their, their persona. That's who they are. If you're there just with no personality, just answering questions, I'm sorry, you're not going to be in the Schmoedown. I'm sorry. Like that.
Spoiler.
Like,
Thank you, Sean. Spoiler.
Oh no. But Jessica has a personality. She's the sloth for a reason, like that's her personality.
And then we have the complete flip side of someone like Rick the Rager Radis.
Rick the Rager Radis. Or Brother Lomas, who are the pivotal of characters. So do you need like a super strong
Carissa?
Okay, I will say the Star Wars division is off limits because they're all just weirdos who just know a lot about Star Wars. So they have too much to worry about to have to put on a character because there's
too much on the line.
There's too much going on in Star Wars. But when it comes to the Schmoedown, it's like, yes, you don't need to be the hardcore 100% Rick Radis, Brother Lomas type character where it's not even your real name that they're using in the Schmoedown,
Andrew
so
Australian.
It's a balance. I think it's a balance because at the end of the day, if you don't have some kind of personality trait that piques people's interest.
Well, and we've seen it, like it works for some and it doesn't work for others, but also we had an interesting situation with Dan Murrell when he retired. There were no characters, right? He wasn't playing a character. He came in as Dan. He was playing movie trivia. And then when he came back,
comes in and plays Andrew Guy.
Well, yeah, he comes in and plays Andrew Guy, and he realizes, okay, I have to embrace what this is to be able to survive. Some people it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and it's a very interesting conversation. It's a very
sometimes just being in the Schmoedown gives you a character. Just look at this one down here.
No, she's just comfortable now.
You just get a little more comfortable in front of the camera. It's fine. It's easy to, I would say most of the quote unquote character work in the Schmoedown is like the heels, the bad guys, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. There's some characters that, aren't necessarily good or bad or that are good guys, but that's just one of those things. If you don't want to play the bad guy, then people are like, oh, they don't really have a character. But it's like,
you can just turn your personality up to 10.
Yeah, it's a lot of work being on camera. And once they opened up the Schmoedown to quote unquote normal people who aren't in Hollywood,
are we? Oh, I was like, are we normal? Are we all what?
But once they opened it up to anyone who knows movie trivia and can cut a good promo, then it's like, yeah, you're gonna get a pretty good mix of people who maybe can't pull off a character but have all the knowledge necessary to just destroy in this league, which is like, I do think Thomas plays a great character because he's got the whole military shtick, which he knows a lot about. But he's also just got all the knowledge to make it work. So
you mean he's not very robotic in like real life?
What?
I mean, I don't know. I mostly only see him in trivia situations
where he's hyper focused. I want to pull.
He has a wife and kids, so I'm gonna assume he has a personality.
Did you see his video of his unboxing of his belt?
He's definitely got a personality. Yeah,
he absolutely does. Yes, he's been on the show. He's lovely.
He's gonna pop in the chat in like 5 seconds.
I know, right? I want to bring this up really quick. That's not a character. That's just Tom.
Yeah.
Chris, that's just Tom. That's
if
Tom.
you ever meet Tom in person, that's just how he is.
We all have a collection of teeth. It's fine.
We all have a collection. Tom has a collection of teeth.
I keep mine here.
I mean, I know Drew does.
On the topic of character, let's transition into the next big thing that did happen in Schmoedown, possibly the biggest thing that happened in Schmoedown this last week. Mr. John Rocha, the outlaw John Rocha, who has been a staple in this league for a very, very long time, 7 seasons that he's been in this league. He is one of the longest running right now with the likes of Mark Riley, Dan Murrell. He officially announced his retirement this last week. He is going to be retiring from the Schmoedown at the end of the season. And it came with a lot of different kinds of announcements within the announcement. I'll just run through them quickly.
It was very loud.
It was the Outlaw who was announcing this, not John Rocha, and it was a very aggressive stream. But hey, that's what the Outlaw is. He blamed Christian. He said that he was pushed out of the singles tournament, that he is now demanding a final match at Spectacular, a one last ride, as he's calling it. He wants everyone to be hashtag one last ride everywhere. And yeah, I mean, it was very interesting. But either way, after 2021, after season 8, the Schmoedown will be without one of the best characters to ever grace this game. Possibly
he started character work.
He was the beginning of it all. And we'll no longer have John Rocha playing in the Schmoedown past the season. Let's talk about it a little bit, guys. I mean, I want to keep the impact version of this towards the end. Let's just talk about the announcement in general and his demand for one final match at Spectacular, being that we will be there. Maybe some players that we could see him playing if Christian does give it the go. And also the fact that he blamed Christian for a lot of things, being pushed out of the tournament.
Who doesn't?
How his season has gone so far. Jill, I'll start with you on this one. What did you think about this?
I again piggybacking off what I said at the beginning of the show, where Paige beating Bateman wasn't a surprise. I think as soon as people saw that Rocha was making a Schmoedown announcement, everyone went, "Oh, so you're retiring?" Like,
yeah.
I don't think this came as a surprise to anybody. I don't think anyone was shocked by it. Like, if anyone was shocked by this, they were shocked at the fact that it is actually happening. But I don't people have been talking about Rocha retiring for the past 2 seasons. There was a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling happened. Apparently, Paul Oyama and Ethan Irwin aren't POC. Apparently, forgot to mention those champions in when he was
talking about Marisol. Yeah, he's talking about Marisol. Yeah.
But I mean, I couldn't think of a better way for the Outlaw to go out than pulling something like this, like, because it's so quintessential Outlaw, like, because we all know the Outlaw. It has to be literally, like, I think this is one of the worst kept secrets. Like, everyone knew it was going to happen.
So we had an idea for a while, but here you go. This is from Ryko. He told us about it.
Yeah, like one of the worst kept secrets.
Of course, it's gonna flip out, Rocha. Duh.
Everyone knew it was gonna happen at some point. People have been talking about it for years. Like, it was gonna happen. But like I said, I can't think of another way for Rocha to also valid, because I was gonna say, because the Outlaw, as we all know, has to make everything about himself. And that is exactly what he did in this announcement. Everything was, tell me your favorite moments about me. Which is what the Outlaw does. It is. Yes.
Are we all allowed to do that? Because if for whatever reason I get beat in this tournament, I demand that I play in Spectacular.
Right? Yeah. Do we
give me a match? I might be retiring. I might not be.
Like can Ben Bateman just be like, I got kicked out of the singles tournament. I demand a rematch. I demand a rematch at Spectacular. Like, can we all just? I mean, but also to be fair, we saw Christian replied to Rocha's tweet on Twitter and said it would have been great to, have a conversation about this before you decided to do your little Outlaw tangent. I'm saying his name too much. He's going to appear in our chat. I just know it. It's like Beetlejuice.
Christian sends me those texts every night after this show.
What?
It's like, you could have had it all, but nope.
But I mean, like it's quintessential Outlaw. We put it on our big screen TV.
Have you seen her singles lately?
She might be Rocha the way he's playing this year.
Oh god,
he hasn't played this year barely.
That's because he hasn't played well.
I know.
I would do it just to get up on stage.
So I want to say this real quick because I'll just butt in quickly here. As far as the retirement match goes, if it does happen or not, I know there's a lot of different players that it could happen. I would love to see a Rocha versus Matt Nose situation. Where you brought back top 10 and you had them play together, and it was like this last ride legit for the two of them because Matt Nose he's been around from the very beginning as well. He was Rocha's partner when they first did the team stuff back in Schmoedown day, and that'd be really cool. That would be cool.
That would be really cool. But Sean put it on the big screen TV. He's like, "Oh, Rocha has an announcement," and I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna put it on in our living room." Okay, I'm eating my sushi, but that's fine. It's cool. A lot of yelling happened. A lot of the Schmoedown revolves around me. But that's the Outlaw. That's the Outlaw.
See Mollie next year.
Right.
Oh yeah, I need to add a hat to my regimen.
Add a hat. There you go. We need someone else to wear a hat now. But yeah, love him or hate him. That's the Outlaw. People love him. People hate him. He thrives off of it, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on when it comes to the Outlaw. So it's the Schmoedown's going to be different without him. We're so used to seeing.
What are they? Rocha. How do they feel, Jake?
The dogs
alone in a corner.
They have some thoughts. They have thoughts about Rocha.
She couldn't get to it.
I hope that Rocha does get to play at Spectacular. I guess I understand what Christian's saying, but it's the Outlaw. It's Rocha. If he's really honestly planning to retire, then he obviously needs one last match, and yes, it absolutely needs to be Spectacular.
Could you imagine if Christian was just like, no?
Yeah,
people would storm the stage.
Yeah. No, sorry.
I definitely agree. Look, Rocha, he's arguably the biggest influence we have in Schmoedown.
100%.
Plain and simple. 100%. Like it's Rocha when it comes to character work. And it's Dan Murrow when it comes to knowledge and wins. And Rocha's right up there. He doesn't have as many championship wins, but he's right up there with Dan Murrow. Mm-hmm. And I know maybe a lot of you in the chat were there. I'm not sure, but I know Jill, Mollie, and myself. Remember when he came out from being sick at Spectacular in 2019?
Yeah, and he wasn't even supposed to be
there. How the crowd erupted when he walked down the stairs.
Yeah, the pop for Rocha was...
Imagine him doing a retirement match at Spectacular at a much bigger theater this December, and it's legit his last match ever. And I mean, look, he'll go down in the history books. I know there's this talk about Mount Schmoedown and stuff. I don't agree with the whole Mount Schmoedown thing. I agree with a Hall of Fame.
A Hall of Fame.
Where you can include a lot of people. And I think if Dan Murrow doesn't retire anytime soon, John Rocha's the first person that goes in. Plain and simple. I think he's the first person that gets entered into that Hall of Fame because of what he has done for the Schmoedown. We talked about it. He is the biggest influence for characters today. And 100%. Look at the amount of characters we've got. There would in no way, shape, or form be a Rick the Rager Radis without the Outlaw.
No.
No way. No. There would no be Brother Lomas. There would be
Ben the Boss.
there'd be no Bateman for sure. If there was no Rocha or the Outlaw, I mean,
he's the only player who has a documentary written about him.
There you go. I mean,
thank you, Cinefan, for bringing that up. Yeah, Merle doesn't even have that. Yet. There needs to be a documentary about the build-up to the Damon versus Damon match. Like that would be great.
It's called her IG story.
It's called her IG story.
I could tell you that documentary story, but it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think in any world this doesn't happen. Just because it's like, then that would mean he's done for the year. He's retired right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like even if this is like his last hurrah, is it?
He's not going.
There's always an exhibition.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you.
As a manager,
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this will be his last time ever playing, but I do think he'll come back in some capacity as a possible.
He's going to be Sam Levine
until there's a manager's bowl.
Yeah,
or a co-manager's bowl.
Okay, that's okay. Now we're just cutting corners here, or whatever. But no, I think that this legit. Like, I know we've heard a lot of retirement stories. Like, Mark Riley retired, came back. Dan Merle retired, came back. I do think that if this is the last two Raw, he's out. I can't think he's gone.
Oh, yeah, no, he's not playing again. But
I think he's
not
done.
Gonna leave this. I don't think he's going to ever leave the Schmoedown as a whole.
Yeah, I just think he's over the competing aspect of the. It's to the point where, like, you need to constantly, like, be giving it everything. And he's been around since it was just for fun. And that's the hard thing with a lot of the older competitors that have older in the sense that have been around for a long time, not age. It's gone from fun to like mildly serious to now it's pretty serious.
He's never taken a break. He's never taken a single break.
Yeah. And look at her division. It's insane. Full of psychos. So, I mean,
full of psychos.
Yeah.
We love them all to bits, but y'all are crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, like Jake said, do I think he's completely done with it? No. Do I think he'll probably come back as a manager? Probably, in some capacity. But as far as competing, unless it's like a specific thing, like some type of exhibition or whatever where it's not a serious thing, then maybe. But yeah, I think he's done for competing as far as like seriousness and going after the belt and stuff like that.
I mean, I would challenge anyone watching this now, or live or not live, to like get into this league, study for 3 months for a match, lose said match, and then want to keep playing. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. Like, after that one loss, you're like, oh man, do I want to keep doing this to myself? And he said yes a bunch of times. So
apparently he was on, I think it's called Speaking of Schmoedown. They have a show over there called From Birth to Schmoedown. Jay Wade does it on the channel, and he interviewed Rocha. Apparently, Rocha said that he wants to run the league. He wants Christian's job.
Sorry.
So, and look, I 100% believe him. So apparently, that's what he's going to be going for.
Well, do I think he wants that? Yes. Do I think Christian would give him that? No. Christian would have to be 6 feet in the ground with cement over the top of it.
Maybe he was just like doing the whole Outlaw thing, but I could see John Rocha being the commissioner.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%.
Easily. For teams and singles anyway. For teams and singles being the commissioner for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that.
And we haven't and I've loved all the commissioners we've had, but we haven't had a steady commissioner since the commissioner became a thing. Like,
since COVID,
they've rotated so much over the years. If we had someone who was just there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and the person to go to for rules, challenges, etc., like, why not? And if it's Rocha, the guy who's had the most experience,
I think Grace did a great job.
It's
she did,
Grace,
but
President Grace.
Yeah, President Grace.
Commissioner, give her whatever title she wants.
She deserves the world.
No,
She deserves the world. No, because that queen is Shannon. Shannon's
Yeah.
the queen. Grace is the president. She can any title she wants. I will gladly give to Grace. She's.
I just don't want to get on Grace's bad side.
Me neither. No, she's
So.
scary.
President, yes. Commissioner, yes.
Well, I know a lot of you are
Yeah.
saying a lot of people are saying in the chat that he actually wants Christian's job. Like we said, that's not going to happen. He'd have to kill Christian.
Christian needs to be 6 feet in the ground,
Yeah.
surrounded by cement, like some Sopranos type stuff, in order for that to be handed over.
So good luck on that. All right. Well, any final thoughts on John Rocha here in his official retirement? Because look, we're going to be able to have the chance to see him live last time, if it does happen. If Christian gives him
says yes,
which I think he will. But
he's so funny. He's just like, no.
Yeah, right.
Love it.
It would
No.
be kind of funny.
But,
And, like,
but either way,
it's
Rocha's going to find a way to storm the gates no matter what.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's gonna be spectacular.
It's going to happen
Oh, yeah.
no matter what. So
I mean, I personally think if Rocha's going to retire, he should do the rounds and come on some shows, specifically this show, and talk to us because we love him. And if he's going to retire, we want to hear his thoughts.
yeah, not just a 10-minute phone call from your car on the way home or something. Like actually show up, Outlaw. Come on.
I personally think it's funny in the car, so I'm not gonna say it.
It is
Well,
funny in the car.
We want
it
safety
works.
first.
When it works, though, you know.
Safety first. No
Yeah.
one
Safety
needs to be
first.
driving and being on an after show at the same time.
All right, real quick here. I'll get this out of the way before we get to the teams bracket because you guys weren't actually here. Narnia has a very important question here. Jill and Molly, what did you guys think of Nicki's match on Wednesday?
I was gonna say I was there, but I wasn't really.
That's true. That's true.
I was. So for everyone who doesn't know, I did post for that match.
Thank you.
but-
Becky.
But there was some kind of just a little bit behind the scenes. There was some kind of emergency. I got called to.
Hold on. Do that immediately. Immediately.
Oh my God, Brian Ward.
Immediately.
Oh my God, Brian Ward, you better be on Photoshop right now.
Immediately.
But that I'm so excited. That's gonna be a thing now. I'm just waiting for it. Yes. I'm just waiting for it to happen. But
Tea.
so tea. That's the tea though. So I got called very last minute. There was an emergency. I got very last minute to this match. I didn't walk into that taping until Ross was given his 5-point question. So I really didn't see the match at all.
And with that question, you were probably like, am I in the right place?
I know. I was like, what is happening?
What?
So just really big. I do want to say a really big thank you to Courtney and Andrew Guy for like giving me a really quick play-by-play and kind of like feeding me some stuff because I would have just been like, you could tell I was kind of all over the place in that interview, and that's why, because I wasn't there until Ross's 5-point question. But I did rewatch that match back, and Nicki is always just a freaking treat to watch play because she's like, you can tell she's gotten a lot of her knowledge from helping Andrew study.
Yep.
And she just has such a fun time answering these questions. And like, you can tell she's happy that she's retained all of this knowledge. And she's just a peach to watch.
She's hilarious.
She's so funny. So funny. And I meant what I said with Ross at the end of his match, that his especially when it comes to a lot of Star Wars players, their record is not an indication of how much they know. And while Ross did not get the win that day, he had the lead that entire match. And it came down to what we talked about at the beginning of this match as the hardest Star Wars question ever asked in the history of the Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown. Mollie's questioning my stance on that. But
I'm just trying to go through all the questions.
in my opinion, one of the most difficult questions that have ever been asked. And it literally broke my heart when he pulled out the visual dictionary, and he's like, it's right here. And I'm like, don't show me that. Please don't show that to me, because that's just going to make me really sad. But it was a really great match, and I do think we're going to see a lot more of Ross. I don't think he's going anywhere. But Nicki faces a Damon. She's facing so.
While you're talking, I have the actual brackets. Here we go. Let's see. This is what it looked like before the win for anybody who has not seen it.
Mhm.
And then that's now what it officially looks like.
So like I said, we're getting Damon Dimalanta, but with a twist because Nicki's the Dimalanta in this scenario. So it'll be fun. I'm excited to see which Damon she's gonna face. It's gonna be Mollie. But I adore watching her play. I loved getting to see Ross debut, and I don't think this is gonna be the last we're gonna see of Ross at all.
No. Mollie, what about you as the resident Star Wars nerd here?
I also just really, really enjoy watching Nicki play. She's got this just like calm nature where it's almost like anything they ask her, she knows the answer, and she's like, "Is it really this easy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Damn, I love it." She's just killing it. She's killing it. And I love to see it. And Andrew is in the other room just having a great time and just eating up all the attention that she's getting from all of this because like well deserved. I mean, it took me years to start to retain some of the stuff that I was like asking Alex and then be like, all right, I'll do the trivia thing too, I guess. And then it's like, well, you've sold your soul. So me and Nicki are in a special club of people.
Special kind of crazy.
Special kind of crazy.
Special kind of crazy. Yes, exactly. And Ross is equally amazing, equally just cool as a cucumber. Mm-hmm. With all of these questions, it's like it's hard for me to not react when I get asked a trivia question in Star Wars, even if I know it, to be like, oh yeah, that's good. But they're just like answer. Like it's so fun to watch. That's why this division is getting bigger and better and like getting the attention that it deserves because people are realizing like how hard it is and how cutthroat it is to be in this division, and I hope that it never goes away. I hope that it just continues to get more and more intense, and I'll be there for every second of it.
She's just such a joy to like. She brings like the lighthearted out of the seriousness that is Star Wars.
She's a breath of fresh air in the Star Wars division, like she obviously knows her stuff and she obviously takes it seriously, but she's not like she doesn't give me anxiety watching her play.
Right.
And
when I say like I hope that this stays like a very intense division, like we obviously need more people like Nicki and more just people in general who are willing to just bring some fun into their matches. It can be all about the knowledge, but it can also be about fun. And that's what this whole game needs is more fun.
Agreed. All right, real quick, before we move on to the teams bracket, I do want to bring up something that is kind of breaking, not in the world of Schmoedown, but just a huge congratulations. Our friend Maxwell Haddad is officially a Tony winner.
Did he win? Yay!
He is officially a Tony Award winner.
Oh my gosh.
Incredible. Twitter is blowing up for him right now. Make sure you guys are tweeting at him. Go give him a giant congratulations. Maxwell Haddad, FCL player and friend of the show, is officially a Tony Award winner. So go ahead and give him congratulations over there on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you guys celebrate. So, you gonna get him on the phone real quick?
Yeah. Let me call him. If I'm sure he's ridiculously busy right now, but let me see.
I'm sure everyone is trying to call him. What did he win for? I'm so out of the loop.
He's a producer.
Yeah, he's a producer on a play, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. A play, yes.
What play? I need to see it.
Is it The Inheritance? I think it's what it's called. I could be wrong.
Aw, good for him.
Yeah, dude. Congratulations, man. I'm live on air right now. I have you on. Hold on.
Put him on speaker.
Oh, hi everybody.
He says
hello. Hi.
Congratulations, they're screaming.
She is live on on air.
They say
And then
congrat.
there's Peter.
They say congratulations. We just got. I know Jake was like, so real breaking, real quick.
He cried.
You should be crying. That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, Amber and I are sitting in a pizza place.
What a way to celebrate.
Aw,
Yay!
How do you celebrate with a delicious slice of pepperoni pizza?
Perfect.
pepperonis.
Dude,
Yes.
that's so freaking cool. I'm so freaking proud of you.
I know it's gonna take me a little bit to like process it, but it's crazy.
Now I need to change the bottom of your cup to Tony Winner, Maxwell Haddad.
No, when he
I
competes
know.
now.
I know.
I need
I'm
to
gonna
get
treasure that cup forever, though.
I need to get you a new one.
I won't say no
So
to
Brad
that.
now
Okay,
has to
you're
introduce him in the FCL. as
I know,
Tony Williams.
Hold on, Brian was like, now Brad has to introduce you in the FCL as Tony Award winner Maxwell Haddad.
Winner.
You better believe it.
Well, enjoy your pizza. Just wanted to say a quick congrats. Super
Oh,
freaking
Amber's in
proud
the
of
chat.
you.
Hi,
Have
Amber.
a great show, guys.
All right,
Love you.
you too. Love you. All
Bye.
right, bye.
That's awesome.
That's so freaking cool, man.
Holy crap.
Yay.
That's so cool. We have a Tony Award-winning friend. That's awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
All right, so yes, everyone watching, make sure you guys give him a big congratulations. For any of you patrons who are part of the Discord, he is a part of our Discord. You guys can shout him out there. He's obviously on Twitter, all that stuff. So make sure you give him the love. But let's go and finish up with the show, and we're going to talk about the teams bracket. And kind of make some predictions, talk about it a little bit. We talked about one already, but we're going to get in depth about it. Here's the official teams bracket. So this is what it looks like. So in the top left corner, we have Danger Zone, the Untouchables, which is Drew McWeeny and Paige Frabetti. Right below them, we have Press Room and the Old Guard. And the Old Guard is Mark Riley and Alonzo Duralde for the Den. And then we have Deception and Chaos Theory and Final Exam and the brand new rookie pairing for the Finstock Exchange, King Arthur, which is Griffey Nooms and King Khan. A pretty stacked bracket here. Let's talk about it, guys. What are we thinking here? Because there's a combination of brand new teams, some teams we've seen before, teams who are out for a little bit of revenge, the Danger Zones, the Deceptions. Brian, I'm going to start with you, man. What are you thinking? How you liking?
This is going to be a slaughterhouse. Like, this is going to be just, I don't even have words for it. Like, have fun. Like, I don't even want to pick people because any one of these teams can win at any time. They're so, it almost is like they're so even. Like, it's literally just going to be a slaughter fest. I mean, I don't see, I have it on my other screen. There is no like, yeah, that team's clearly going to win like the first round. Like, or there's none of that. Yeah. None of that whatsoever. You legitimately have to like look into the like minutia of these teams because it's,
there you go.
It's insane. I mean,
I was like frantically looking for the image.
I know.
There you go.
I mean, you've got old playing new. You've got new playing basically last year's new. It's just there's no like, okay, they're gonna win. They're gonna win. It'll probably be these two. No, any one of these teams can win at any time. No one is safe in this tournament at all.
No.
A lot of people are talking about King Arthur. A lot of people are talking
That's
about
a huge matchup.
Yeah.
That's a big matchup.
And like how many matches have we seen King Khan play?
He's played 3 singles matches this year.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah, 3. And Griffey Nooms has also played 3, but he's also in the tournament still.
Yeah. See, I just feel like we've seen Griffey Nooms more than King Khan, play more than King Kong, but I guess they're pretty evenly matched. But they're just,
I think it's 2-1 and 3-0.
Yeah, they're so on fire that like you can't not think that they're just gonna blow through this tournament.
Yeah, but and then we say that, and then it's like, okay, you're going against Paul and Lon. If they're both, if we've got like a game Lon,
scary.
Who knows?
Scary.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's scary. And then we have Chaos Theory, which that's Jacoby and Harley. Another great team. Obviously, I mean, Deception's taken the whole thing. Let's be real.
Whoa! Really?
Hey now.
You think?
Really, I gotta keep the Joe the Corruption Chill moniker sometimes, you know. Sometimes I'll get that moniker, but
Fair enough.
I mean, so and then Press Room is Perry Nemiroff and Josh Horowitz, which when Perry gets her strength, she never misses. You know, and Josh Horowitz is one of those players where we've said multiple times he could easily have that singles belt. We could totally.
He's like a lightning in a bottle right now. He is.
He fits her gaps really well. That makes them dangerous.
Yeah. This is gonna be like I don't know if I would see. I mean, I think the only. I guess you could see a couple would be upsets. Like if the Untouchables, any rookie team beating a seasoned team, I guess you would consider an upset because they're
a rookie too. Because I mean, McWeenie fantastic with teams.
Yeah. That's where McWeenie shines.
The Untouchables is a very, very scary team.
They're scary.
We've seen. Look, Drew won a teams championship with Sam Levine.
Brian Ward.
Phrasing.
I don't know if you saw my face, but
you definitely went.
I was like,
the Untouchable is so it's interesting just because Drew McWeenie is a former teams champ. Above the Line is one of the greatest teams ever played. We know the capability and potential of Danger Zone, but can they live up to that? They got to the final of the tournament last year. They won the final tournament, and then they ended up losing their match that in the team's championship match, or the number one contenders match, one or the other. And someone will correct me in the chat. But look, we saw what Paige did this last week. Drew has been iffy in singles, but we talked about it. He's great in teams. That's an interesting match. I'm also extremely interested in seeing how Mark Riley and Alonzo Duralde play together.
Alonso's good. Riley's good too.
They have a full breadth of knowledge that could be on display in that match.
What's good with Alonzo and Riley is that I think Alonzo's weakness is that he forgets how to play the game.
That's Riley.
Whereas Riley, obviously, very seasoned player, knows exactly what he's doing. So that could be an also very scary team. So it's gonna. I'm very excited for this tournament. I think this is the tournament I'm the most excited for because it could really go.
Yeah.
In any sort of direction.
It's the most open.
It's the most evenly matched tournament we've seen this year.
Yeah. I agree.
Hands down. Like every team has a chance to go on some kind of run or at least make it to the final.
I could easily see each of these teams winning coming out of this.
Me too.
And that's the craziest thing because that doesn't really happen that often where you're just like, I have no idea. Like you usually have like a clear favorite that like you're waiting for someone to upset. No, this is like, good luck. I wouldn't want to play any of these people if I'm in this tournament.
Mm-mm.
I can't wait to. I mean, I'm biased, obviously, but
so much.
Dan and Ben being former champions on a team together, just like hopefully going into this just for straight revenge.
Revenge tour.
So
the revenge tour.
Just think, one of these teams we are going to play Shazam at Spectacular.
Yeah. So if Danger Zone does win, they would be the only team / singles player or Star Wars player to win both tournaments this year. And it's only between teams in Star Wars, obviously, because there's only one IG tournament, one singles tournament. But Thomas Harper won the first one. Obviously not in this one. Danger Zone could, if they won, they'd win both tournaments. And they would have gotten a shot at the title, or excuse me, a number one contender shot last time and then a title shot this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, can they live up to it? It's going to be tough. This is a harder route than they had last time. This is much harder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A harder route, but a shorter route. So
only 2 matches.
It can come down to luck in some of these matches for sure because they're so evenly matched. I don't know. It could be just like the wheel spin.
Yeah.
So I got a question to kind of close this out, and it's a two-parter.
God.
Because we are going to be there, and one of these teams we will be able to see live. So I want everyone to pick a winner, who they think is going to win.
We've
There's
just
only
spent the
18
last
to
10
choose
minutes talking
for.
about how it's hard to pick someone.
So I want everyone to pick a winner, but I also want you to choose a team that you would love to see live playing at Spectacular. The team that you would most want to see as an entertainment factor at Spectacular. So it could be different than the team you picked to win, but it also could be the same. So either way.
You're an ass.
You know,
You're an ass.
it's my job as the host. So.
I have the easiest pick here, I think, with Danger Zone, obviously.
Okay.
If they go into this, then I have a chance to be up there with them, backing them up. So
That's very
anyway, I can get my butt on stage. Yes.
And real quick, just a little correction. Lightning Time and Shazam are actually playing for the titles before Spectacular.
Oh,
It could be Lightning Time that we actually see at Spectacular, not Shazam. But either way, we're talking about this. So team you're picking to win and team that you think would be a great entertainment factor to see live at Spectacular. Molly, are you going Danger Zone on both?
No, okay, so I'll go. Well, honestly, entertainment factor. Then yes, I am gonna go on with both. But
Okay.
I also do really want to see Final Exam play on stage because I think that would be a lot of fun. They're my backup.
I would laugh so hard seeing Lon on stage.
Yeah. For me, obviously Deception's going to take the whole thing.
I have a headache.
And then again, I think having both Marisol and Adam there, because like Marisol does already have a chance of being at Spectacular as the singles belt holder. But if she has another match on top of that, if she beats Chance in New York and has Deception there, like give me more of those Corruption Invitationals, man. But also
so tired of that.
But like just seeing the two of them on stage would be really freaking cool because they haven't had that as a team yet.
Here's the funny thing, Jill. You're talking about a Corruption Invitational. There's actually, like, say Deception wins this, and Adam wins the singles tournament, and
it could
Marisol
just be a
retains the
Corruption
belt.
sweep.
We could literally see two matches, a teams match with Deception, and then a singles match between Marisol and Adam.
If
You have
Kalinowski
Scrimshaw
beats it,
floating in the background too.
and then we have Scrimshaw floating in the background. If Kalinowski beats Rue,
It could legit
Marisol,
every match.
I mean, either way,
Every match outside of every title match could include a corruption player.
headache now. Oh,
Every
my
single
God.
title match could include a corruption player.
I'm so happy.
That's crazy.
But also for my own personal selfish reasons, I'd love to see Paige do a live event.
Yeah, me too.
And I just really miss Paul. I haven't seen him in a long time. So if Paul is at Spectacular, I would just be very happy. But I think I definitely think Deception's taking the whole thing.
Brian.
I legitimately got a headache from thinking.
Cheers.
I'm just trying to like pick who I want to meet in person, honestly.
Well, no. This isn't about meeting in person. This is about seeing them play in a live match. Most of these people will probably be here anyway. So just think of it that way.
Yeah, they're all probably going to be here anyway.
I mean, I think like the piece de resistance would be Danger Zone versus Shazam. So like if I could see
Lightning
that.
Time.
Or Lightning Time, yeah.
No,
I keep forgetting that. I
I
keep
would
forgetting
rather
that
see
Lightning
Shazam
Time.
play against Danger Zone. That's why I would hope to see if I'm picking my spectacular teams. King Arthur is so dangerous, though. They are so dangerous.
They could find themselves in the danger zone.
They could.
Danger Zone.
It's just so hard because Danger Zone has not impressed me like
For a
enough to win.
super team? Yeah.
Yes. I guess.
I mean,
I'll just...
yeah, I hate that for them that they have the super team like label
That's
on
the
there,
thing,
but
because they're a great team, but because they have that super team label, it's like they're put on. I mean, they said so themselves. They're like a super team, and it was this big whole experiment, and because of that, they're put on this perfection pedestal. You know, so
it's tough.
yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I think, well, I guess it could be a limb. I guess I think that we're gonna see the best of Lon Harris, and Final Exam's gonna win the tournament.
Wouldn't be mad about it.
Ooh.
I think Paul and Lon lock it in. I think that Swag, like this is like Swag's like last final push, just for some points. They're out of it, but just for a last two Raw towards Spectacular. I think
Jeffrey,
they play Shazam.
King Khan's about to come into this chat, and
That's fine. Come at me, King. Come at me. As far as entertainment factor, that's where it gets really difficult. Like I'm with every, yeah, they really are. I'm with everyone. I would love to see Paige. I think she would thrive in a live setting, but I think I'm with Jill. I think seeing Adam and Marisol together in a match, just because they came in the digital era together, and they've basically been hand in hand with each other since they started. And then seeing it all come together at Spectacular Live, the first major, and I know New York's coming, but like the first really big return for the Schmoedown outside of just a city event, it'd be really, really cool. That'd be really cool. So,
What happened to being a Merc show?
well, Shazam's gonna hold the belt, so that's okay.
You don't want to.
You're like, none of this matters.
You don't want to press room versus.
And
Shazam?
I will raise you Liz Shannon Miller, and we'll see.
Let's put a bet, Jill. Let's put a friendly bet on that match.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, or we'll figure out a bet and we'll reveal that on the later show.
Headaches from this.
All right, everybody. Well, there it is. Some teams bracket discussion there as we kind of wrap up the evening on this show. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. That was a lot of fun. A lot of discussion going on tonight. As I mentioned, we're going to do some reactions this week on some matches coming up. I don't know if there's a pay-per-view on Friday or not. I'm not sure. Someone can let me know in the chat if there is, because some other fans seem to know the schedule a little bit more than we do.
We don't know anything. We know nothing.
We'll let you guys know this upcoming week. But I did want to say before we get out, for our Patreon members, for all of you watching, for our watch along tomorrow, we have a watch along tomorrow. It's our monthly watch along, and we put two movies up for the poll. We put I Know What You Did Last Summer and You're Next for the poll this month, and with an overwhelming victory, we are going to be watching I Know What You Did Last Summer tomorrow evening on our Patreon. So if you were interested, check out that Patreon link just for $2. $2 a month. You can join us, hang out 6 o'clock Pacific. The link will be sent out, and we'll be hanging out with our patrons and watching I Know What You Did Last Summer. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I know that these two have never seen it.
Well, I don't get to be there, so.
Oh, you have parent-teacher conferences, huh? That's right. That's right.
You might not see me the whole week.
I watched this movie last year, and it reminded me how much I enjoy it, and I am so excited to see it again.
Yeah, it's been a very, very long time for me. A very long
time. Getting kids grounded.
Yeah. That should be a horror movie in itself. I'd watch that.
Like, this is as much as it sucks because it's long days, like, this is just the teacher's sweet, sweet revenge for when those bad kids, just like, so-and-so has been cutting up in class, and then the parent goes, oh, really? And I'm just like, yeah, get him. Roast him. I can't wait.
Real quick, apparently this was revealed, but Oyama's holding on to the free-for-all title until next season.
Oh, do you see? No, it's do you see him? Do you see him?
Oh, that makes sense.
I do. Yes,
I do. I do too.
I do.
Yeah.
I think Paul thrives a little bit more in studio anyway, and he'll save it for that kind of shot. So.
Oh, but what if he comes out in the not confirmed, but maybe happening Rocha Merle match, and he's like, "Whatever, I'm gonna come in and beat both y'all." in your final goodbye match. Yeah, but I
That'd
mean, it would be pretty badass for him to just come and be like, "This is my title shot. Give it to me now."
That would be, but I think he's because otherwise that spectacular is going to be a long day.
Yeah, I think
we add another match on.
I definitely think he holds on to it next year, especially if he ends up winning the singles tournament. He'll already have a title shot. So
there better be food at Spectacular.
There was last time.
Raiko, it's awesome.
I watched the whole thing already.
Awesome, Raiko.
I live next to a church, and now I'm just like, every time I see someone coming out, I'm like,
Raiko, we'll definitely talk about it on the next hangout. That show is amazing. Get on it, people. Anyway, that's going to wrap up POV tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching live. Very, very much appreciative. I'm going to let the crew do their little plugs around before we head out. Brian, I'll start with you on the bottom here. Where are you at? Where can people find you?
Well, you can't find me anywhere this week. But usually I'm on Apocalypse with him doing movie news. What are they doing on Tuesday?
We're talking about some Netflix trailers, but we're also going to be predicting action veterans, legends who could be showing up in Expendables 4. So
okay. I'm glad I'm not going to be there because I've never seen a single Expendables movie. So
wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Jill.
You can find me Twitter and Instagram, Jilly Marie, 2 I's, 2 E's. You can also sometimes catch me doing some post interviews. So make sure to stick till the end of these matches if you want to see my really sometimes bedazzled and crazy face. And real quick plug. So after our show, and they always say, we know when POV ends because we get a spike and stuff. And but Jacob London and Taylor do a really cool draft show, and they have a lot of really cool guests. They always have really cool guests. They'll have like Marisol and Adam and Mara and Dan, and they have so many really cool people that join them on this bracket show. It's a really fun time. Make sure to check them out. I won't be playing on Twitch because I'm way too busy to be playing on Twitch. So sorry.
Mollie?
Spooky season.
It is spooky season. You could find me at Mollie Damon on Twitter and on Twitch, which no concrete date on a return yet, but I have some plans. Yay! Yes, I will be back on Twitch for spooky season. I don't know what game I'm playing or when I'm coming, but that is what this week is for. I'm gonna figure it out.
Live. Hi, Robert.
Parker, you're an hour and a half late. What the hell?
Parker's in for spooky season, which means everyone should be. And yeah, you can find me over on Star Wars Explained, talking about Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
For a half second, just the most millisecond, I was like, "Wait, is she serious?" And I was like, "Oh, right now."
Yeah, they talk about Star Trek.
Talking about horror movies. That's all I want to talk about this month.
Are people explaining anything to you this week?
Always. Have you seen Star Wars films?
No, I'm talking about
explain it to me.
Yeah, you can check out our second channel, Malix, where we do Explain It to Me. And
Parker. Go back to sleep, Parker. We know.
I love you, Robert. I'm glad you're here, Robert.
I don't know what the next thing we figured out. Maybe Hawkeye might be the next Explain It to Me, but I don't know because we never did. The time has been lost for Shang-Chi, I think, and some of the other ones. But we'll get back on Explain It to Me soon.
How about you explain Midnight Mass to me?
Ooh, okay. Honestly, I mean, he wouldn't do it, but I would love to get Alex on there and to talk about all the religious stuff. But no one really wants to get into that.
I went to Catholic school. I could throw that. I could probably do that.
I can play church bells from my street.
Yeah.
You can find me on Apocalypse Movies multiple times a week right here, POV, on Twitter at Qui-Gon Jake, 2 N's because someone else took it before I did. Schmoedown, POV, Streamlabs, Patreon, all kinds of cool things happening. Look out for a bunch of things happening on the Patreon this upcoming month because it is spooky season. That is officially taken over the Patreon, so look out. We'll be back later this week for some more live stream reactions. Yeah, it's whatever. But for all of us here at POV, thank you guys so much for watching live. Back on the replay. We love you guys. Have a great week, and we'll catch you guys back on Wednesday. Bye, guys.
Bye.